Hey, what's up everyone? It's Jimbo and welcome back to my channel. And a couple weeks back, I had a brand reach out to me, a brand that's actually been in the car care space for a long time. Actually, not the car care space, but the car space, automotive industry for a really long time. And they are venturing into the car care realm. And they said, Jimbo, we think we have a really good product line. Would you mind trying some stuff out and letting us know what you think? And maybe even doing a video if you like the product. So I thought, all right, let me do what I do. A newer brand into the car care space, but a brand nonetheless that's been in automotive, especially paints and preps and stuff like that for a really long time. Maybe let's see what's happening with it. Let's try it out. Let's put it through a torture test. And so they sent me a whole bunch of stuff, a big box of stuff that I've been playing with, everything from cleaners to degreasers, tire dressings, all that kind of stuff. But I love doing torture tests. So I thought, man, they have this Concourse, their line is called Concourse, and I'll bring you in a little bit. But this is their ceramic detail spray right here that's infused with graphene. Interestingly enough, I think they did a very good job downplaying the graphene part and talking about the ceramic part. So in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out this product right here from Eastwood. That's the brand and the company, and some of you may recognize that brand or that company from other automotive uses. So we're gonna check out their Concourse line, their ceramic spray coating, which is an overhyped, overused term. So I really wanna see how this coating does, and did they capture a little bit of magic in a bottle? So all that and more coming up in this video. So here is the bottle itself. You're gonna get a 16-ounce bottle and a nice looking label. The few call outs on the front of the label talk about how it generates an extremely high gloss and hydrophobic properties, which is great. It's designed to keep exterior surface cleaner for longer and creates a brilliant shine and long lasting protection. Along the back of the bottle gives you the directions. You basically just spray and wipe 2x2 section at a time. You're gonna use 2 microfiber towels, one to spray and wipe it in initially, and then the second one to kind of buff it off, which is pretty traditional. It gives you, again, a brief description of the product, highlighting that it's ceramic and graphene micro emulsion formula. The results are a unique, long-lasting formula. Once bonded and fully cured, this professional formula makes it much more difficult for chemicals and road debris contaminants on the surface. Hey, those are like my magic words right there, right? Eastwood Concourse Ceramic Spray Coating can be used on a variety of surfaces: paint, chrome, glass, wheels, plastic, leather, vinyl, stainless steel, and more. What it contains right there. And so yeah, let's, it does have a little bit of a ring of the graphene around the top. That's how you could actually tell that there's probably graphene in it. Other than that, it is a nice clear formula. So we'll give it a good shake. I have prepped the panel right here. And on the panel, what I've done to do it, I'm gonna leave one side as our kind of control, the flip side or the right side as where I'm gonna apply it. And what I've gone ahead and already done is I've done 3D1 on an Oreo pad and kind of re-corrected the panel. And so we will now apply it, see how it applies. I'll talk about some things. I've also applied it multiple times on my car, so we could talk about that as well as I apply it. But honestly, it's pretty straightforward. Then I'm gonna let it cure. It does not talk about how long of a cure time. It does talk about it being a true ceramic coating, so I am wondering if I should give it more than 24 hours. But probably what I'll do is give it like 72 hours because it doesn't really say. So, but yeah, let's get into it, apply it, and see how it goes. I have found, and one thing I forgot to mention in that last clip was, then I did hit it with a panel prep. So what I have found is, lost my train of thought there. So here we go. Anyway, here's the bottle. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. What I have found is that the 3D1, especially on an Oreo pad, works really good at prepping paint and prepping the panel. So we'll do 3 sprays, set this over here. So when I'm doing an application, not only am I looking at how it applies, does it streak, whatever, but I also am looking for scent. And this being a water-based formula, I'm not getting a strong chemical scent, which I really appreciate and like. Goes on incredibly slick and smooth. There's one towel, don't really see the need for a second towel under this lighting, but it is very smooth underneath the towel, which is always nice to see. I like that smoothness and slickness under the towel initially because it makes you feel like you're getting a result. I'm also gonna apply a couple sprays directly onto the towel and then apply a second layer right away to see if that applies a little bit easier or nicer. And to me, it applies right about the same. So either way, it layers fine initially as well. So if you want to run around your car and then do a second layer right away, it looks like it does good. Seemingly to add a nice bit of gloss to the panel as well. So the application, just like the instructions, very straightforward, not a big deal at all, nothing crazy to worry about. And the application looked really good. So I'll let it cure probably 72 hours, and then we'll come back, we'll do a water behavior test, we'll see what it looks like compared to the control side, and then see if this brand is really holding its weight in gold. I always like kind of trying out these newer to the industry brands, especially what kind of drew me to the Eastwood is that they had been in the automotive sector for so long. And so I thought, man, they're good with other surface stuff and kind of well known. I actually talked to a couple of people that know the brand well. So I'm excited to try their car care and see what it looks like. So for you, it'll just be the next frame. For me, it's going to be about 3 days, and we'll come back to it, see how it looks. In 3 days since I applied the Eastwood Concourse ceramic spray onto the right side of the panel here. So I think that's an adequate time to cure. I guess you could argue it's a, they call it a ceramic coating, so it may need 7 days, but honestly, I've been using this product as well, done a few cars this week in the interim, and I've used this product and honestly been very, very happy with it. So I'm really hopeful that the torture test goes well because I really liked it. So should be pretty flat on the left, and then we should have some water behavior on the right, which is exactly what we have. Nothing crazy or wild, but looking good. And like other tests, I'll start with just spraying it on, kind of looking at it, seeing what it does. But the one product I forgot to grab was their iron remover. So, and then if it makes it through a couple rounds of us doing that, then we'll start rubbing it in. So the first thing we're going to start with is actually their own product. So this is the Almost Clay. This is the Eastwood iron remover. And again, I haven't mentioned it in a long time, but part of these tests too are, yes, the main factor is to see how durable it is, if it'll stand up to chemicals, right? Any product. But a secondary thing is that sometimes you actually want to get the ceramic coating off your car. So if you do have, a spray coating or a ceramic coating on your car, sometimes you do want to get it off. And so the secondary aspect of these tests is like, if I want to get it off my car, how do I get it off? There's been so many times that people have, reached out to me and wanted to get, maybe they like having the latest and greatest on their car or whatever. And so they want to get seal and shine off their car. They want to get this off their car, that off their car, whatever. And so the secondary aspects are, I want to get this stuff off my car because I want to put the new Eastwood ceramic spray on my car. How do I get it off? So that's the secondary aspect. Did really good through the clay. Completely not hurt by the clay at all. So let's move on to something a little bit more aggressive. This is the Griots engine cleaner. Actually, probably an engine cleaner is a product that would probably go on your paint, because if you're using it and spraying it like this on your engine, some of it's going to go on your paint. So you probably should know if the engine cleaner is taking anything off. So we'll let that dwell here for a couple seconds. And then, but honestly, a lot of times I get people asking like, hey, I have XYZ product on my car. I just saw that this new product came out. I want to apply it. I don't want to apply it over existing protection, which more times than not you could do. I know manufacturers are going to recommend you don't, but more times than not you can. So they want to strip their car, start over. So that's kind of what I like to see. Beating water a little bit. So let's rinse this off, see how it's doing. staying flat. So the left side is our control. The right side is our Eastwood products. Again, this was prepped with 3D1 and then hit with a prep spray. So as you can see, we don't have we have some oblong that are kind of running off, but I like to see that sometimes. That mixture of water beading and water sheeting is really what you want. All right, let's step it up and go to this. This is the Mr. Cartoon All Tire Clean and Prep. I have a full video on this product on my channel comparing it to the bleach white wheel and tire cleaner. There's a couple key differences with it, mainly being the foam that you see is much different than bleach white. It also does brown the tire much more than the bleach white, and we found out that this is also really good for torture test at killing a lot of products. So that's why I definitely decided to incorporate it into a torture test. So we'll let that dwell on there for a little bit, and then we're gonna hit it with the big dog, which is the Gorilla Truck Revitalized Degreaser. So if it makes it through this and the Revitalized, then we'll start rubbing it in. Let's get this off the panel here. There you go, still beating water very strong. So rest assured with this product and any product, if we've made it this far through the torture test, I'll say it as we're kind of applying the Gorilla. If it's made it this far through the torture test, you can be assured that this product is gonna be solid, a solid paint protectant on your car, especially if it can withstand these chemicals. What we're kind of recreating is harsh weather, winters, road salts, kind of stuff like that, just recreating that in a chemical format. Strictly for infotainment. That's what I like to do, infotainment. So you could bash me in the comments, that's fine, I get a lot of that, but this is strictly infotainment going on. So sheeting a little bit right here, but for the most part, we're seeing a lot of water beading and stuff like that up there. I also hate these medical grade gloves. These things are terrible for detailing, don't buy them. They're not Eastwood though, they're just, I picked them up at Home Depot, they're just horrible. So, wow, still doing good. So I'm happy because what I saw or what I was experiencing applying this product, that didn't mess me up too much, applying this product in real life is actually translating, so that's awesome. Get most of the water off there and let's start rubbing it in. So we're going to use the Revitalized, the truck cleaner, because it's honestly one of the most aggressive all-purpose cleaners that I've used. And so I'll probably go a couple rounds with this if it makes it that far. And then we will call it good. Probably do a wet towel because you can kind of see it. A little wet towel action, remove any residue. I think if we're rubbing in, it's a lot more likely that we're gonna have some residue here. Man, that stuff's gnarly. So we see it taking a little bit of a hit, slightly, maybe, sort of, kind of, over there on the far right side. Right here, took a little bit of a hit, but honestly, doing well. The water is still flying off the panels. Let's go round 2 with it. Revitalize again. Held my breath that time. It's weird how it looks like covered up, and then once it clears, so I'll hit it with the wet towel. It does look like it took a little bit of a hit, but look how it's dispersing right there. So let's see, let me hit it with a wet towel and see if we could get some of that water behavior back. And the goal in these tests too is to kind of break it. But overall, this Eastwood product has made it, you know, into the top 95% of products we test, or at least I test here on the channel. Let's do something fun. Let's mix this in. Oh shoot, no, I meant to rinse that. Not do that. That was a wet towel. Get off. Well, that's gonna, okay, I should have just kept going with that, but I forgot that I did a wet towel and then I meant to rinse it again. Messed that up, didn't I? Whoopsie. All right, let's see, wet towel, here we go. Has definitely taken a hit, but is still holding on really strong, especially in the middle part of the panel. We have some water sheeting over here, but and you can see, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's sticking, the water is sticking kind of on this far right side of the panel, more so than it is in the middle, but again, it's done incredibly good. So let's have a little bit of fun, see if we can kill it completely. We're gonna mix the Gorilla, and then we're gonna put a little bit of the Cartoon, and this will be the last round. And if it makes it and still holding up, well, even if it doesn't, this product's already a winner in my book. Goes on smooth, doesn't streak, and is super durable to chemicals. That's definitely a big, big winner in my book. Where's my towel to rub it in? So we're mixing these two in. It's a nice soapy mess. All right, rinse that off now. Looking flat. See if it comes back. Let me rinse it with the towel. Rinse it again, see where we're at. Wow, so still holding on in the middle there. It's kind of died around the edges, and that's okay, but still holding on, even water beating. So sticky around the edges, still water beating in the middle, but honestly, overall, what more do you want from a product that'll make it through 5-6 rounds of a torture test? So for me, this is gonna be a 10 out of 10, would definitely highly recommend. I think it's cool if you, support newer brands, but it's cool to see, like I mentioned in the intro of this video, a brand that has a lot of experience in car surfaces in general, and then they come through with kind of this like last step stuff with a product or detailing products. It's cool to see that quality be consistent through the brand, which is nice. They're not just like slapping a label on, which is cool to see. They've actually put out some really quality products, which is surprisingly unique. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the Eastwood products. I will make sure to link everything in the description below so you can easily get your hands on even something like this if you're looking for a new ceramic spray to check out. And I will link all that below. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will catch you on the next one.